live.
We're
Habari
live on
Gani.
day 7 of Kwanzaa 2022.
Yes,
Imani.
yes. I am so happy that we have made it to day 7. And I'm glad that it fell on a Sunday this year because, of course, Imani is faith. And a great many people celebrate, their faith on Sundays, even though we should be doing it every day of the week. But I like the idea that it fell on a Sunday.
Me
So, what
too.
have you done
It's
planned
a it's
today?
um it's lovely. It's just lovely how it is all worked out this whole week.
Mhm.
It's been
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. So, faith is to believe with all our
So
heart.
I'm hearing a little bit of lag on.
Okay, yeah, you're coming through fine.
Okay. Okay. It must be on this. Must be on this side then, because
Do we need
I
to
left you for a
restart?
second. So we'll just keep going. It's good.
Okay, okay. So,
No, I think we
the
can keep going.
okay, all right. So I was going to read the definition of faith, and it is to believe with all our heart in our people, in our parents, in our teachers, in our leaders, and in the righteousness that victory is our struggle, the victory of our struggle. And so I'm reminded of the song, We Shall Overcome.
Oh gosh, yes. So speak a little bit about that.
There have
And the
been,
reason I say that is because I think there's so much. I think there's a movement now that there is no such thing as struggle. Everything should just be easy and flow. There should be no. It's all about ease all the time. But the reality is, most wonderful things come out of some sort of struggle.
yes,
When we're born, that I mean, it's not an easy thing to get out of that birth canal. There's some work that has to be done in order to be birthed into, you know.
yeah,
And I also
absolutely.
believe that, and growth comes out of not from our comfort zone. Growth comes outside of our comfort zone.
Yes. I have to agree with you 100%. And what an analogy of coming through the birth canal, you know, head first, a big head through such a narrow opening. And I think that's why it's important that when we see opportunities to step into something new, it might not feel right, it might not look right, but on the other side of that thing is new life, new beginnings, new opportunities. And I think we should embrace those as a people, as a nation, as Black women. I think it's something that we should embrace.
As do I. As do I. And all of the principles that we've been discussing this week, we've talked about how they are um, interlocking, um, complementary with each other.
Hmm.
Um, I don't want to say well, I mean interchangeable in the sense that we can operate all of them or one of them at any given time because they
Right.
work together.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it's a wonderful way of looking at a sort of a code of ethics for us in terms of how we deal with each other and in our community. Um, it's a wonderful guiding set of principles.
Oh, every last one of them. And just to recap, I want to just go over all of them again. You have to help me with day 2. But the first one is Humojo, which means unity. And we talked about the importance of family being unified in our communities and in every area or every aspect of our life, because a nation divided will fall. How will it stand? And then there was Kujichagulia, which is self-determination, which was your
Very
favorite.
good. You did it.
And I believe that was your
That's my
favorite.
favorite.
Yeah, yeah. And then we had
That's my
Ujima, which is
favorite.
yeah, Ujima, which was collective work responsibility. Ujama, cooperative economics. Nia, purpose, which is one of my favorites. I love working with individual and helping them if they're not sure of what their purpose is. I have a set of assessments that can allow them to look in and see what they already knew. They just didn't recognize it. Then we've got Kuanza, creativity, which we talked about yesterday, and then today, Imani, which is faith. And I actually have an acronym for faith, FAITH. For me, is full assurance, impossible things happen. What do you think about that?
I love it. I love it. You know, you are a wordsmith in terms of acronyms. I can always depend on you to come up with something on the spot that's that's relevant and on time. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
also you know, the concept of faith is, you know, um, faith in ourselves, faith in our community, faith in our, you know, how it's important to be able to have faith in our leaders, um, not to wait for someone who's determined, who's been deemed a leader by the other community. You know, these are your leaders. No, we're leaders. You know, we decide for ourselves who our leaders are, and then we act accordingly. The When I go back to the original and official Kwanzaa website, one of the things it says is that in the context of African spirituality, it begins with a belief in the creator and the positiveness of the creation, and logically leads to a belief in the essential goodness and possibility of the human personality. For in all African spiritual traditions from Egypt on, it is taught that we are in the image of our creator and thus capable of ultimate righteousness and creativity through self mastery and development in the context of positive support. How
Oh,
powerful is that?
OMG. That is amazing. That is amazing. Oh my gosh. I mean, that you're saying a lot there, but how true it is. I mean, I've been raised to believe that we have been created in God's image, and that we are all wonderfully and magnificently made, and this our soul knows quite well.
Mhm.
Outside forces have sometimes pressed or challenged us in our areas of belief, but as we come together as a people, as families, as practicing these principles of Kwanzaa, 365 days out of the year, our faith builds, and the manifestation of those things that we want to see come into reality for us.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And it says also that, therefore, faith in ourselves is key here. Faith in our capacity as humans to live righteously, self correct, support, care for, and be responsible for each other, and eventually create the just and good society. So
Oh
we
my
just
God,
have to keep working at it and having the belief that it can and will be done,
it will, it
even
will.
if we don't see it in our lifetime. Because I know that I really know and believe that our ancestors, they had to have their eye on the larger prize.
Oh,
They had to have
absolutely.
hope for us.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
and in so many ways, we are the embodiment of the faith that they had.
Yes. Yes.
That things would be better.
Yes. Yeah. My sister often says that the prayers of our ancestors, my grandmother, my mother, they're still alive and they're still uh, working. They're still active in our lives. And for me, hope, another acronym, is having optimistic prevailing expectation. So I stay there. I live in
Yes,
hope.
yes. We have to have that. So, I think it's just a powerful it's a powerful place to stay in and to operate
Mhm.
from, um, so that we don't get discouraged, because sometimes the road is very has been and is very difficult.
Mhm.
But if we have a responsibility to our community and to the future, we have to find ways that are healthy for us to stay plugged in and moving our community forward. I really
Yes.
believe that is part of our purpose. I also believe that's part of the purpose why we came together,
Oh, absolutely.
out of that shared purpose and sense of responsibility. So
Yes.
it's very exciting to
Mhm.
please share a little bit though about. Can you just talk a little bit about your YouTube channel and the work that you're doing?
Oh,
Because
yes,
we probably have
absolutely.
some new listeners. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm Coach Donna J, and my YouTube channel is at Savvy Soldier, SAVVYSOULJAR. And I work with baby boomers and late bloomers, what I believe are blooming entrepreneurs that are approaching retirement, but they've got some hesitation, they've got some reservation because their finances aren't where they thought they would be. And they're fearful that Social Security is not going to be there, or if it is, it's not going to be enough. So I share with them ways that they can take their skills, their what it is that they love, their talents, and create residual income, what I call splendid security, in their latter years, so that they can live a life of ease and prosperity. They can travel. They're in a position to bless others. So that we I talk about living in Chapala, Mexico, and I talk about the health benefits of travel. I do a little bit about medical tourism, and I also talk about the importance of us retreating so that we can rest. Sonia, tell us about Mind and Manna.
well, the genesis of it is that what we think about expands, and God provides something for us every day. We just have to be willing to get it. So that's where mind and manna came from. The connection between our thoughts and what God provides for us. And my
Amen.
focus is for Black women, 55 and older, who not been able to reach the financial goals they've wanted to in their lives so far. Women who have worked hard, worked twice as hard, and felt like they're coming up with half as much, or women who have placed others before themselves and are really willing now to put themselves first in order to be all that they can be. Um, and the idea is for us to level up to a lifestyle that includes freedom and rest and travel and ease and being able to contribute and live our best lives.
Yes.
So that's who the channel is designed for. Anyone is welcome to listen and participate and share, but I have a specific message for that particular group of people because it's an important message that we need at this time.
Amen. Amen. Ashe. And I believe now I do have that
Ashe.
final that final candle to light.
Yes.
And there we have it.
Beautiful,
Ah, yes.
beautiful.
Yeah. Well, Sonia, unless you have any
It's
parting
really,
words.
it's just really been my pleasure to spend this time with you this week. Um, it has been very meaningful to me. It has, and I really used a lot of what we've talked about this week in my reflection and meditation last night as the year transitioned. So I'm feeling in a good place. I would just encourage people to stay in a mindful place, um, remain thoughtful and reflective as we begin this time of year. And also, as we have said every day, uh, please go to the official Kwanzaa website. It's called the official Kwanzaa website, and that there you can learn more about the genesis of the holiday, how it began, the significance of it. You can read in more detail about each of the principles and all the symbols, and how the kawaida, or the theory of it all, holds everything into place. So, my wish, and I know our wishes for all of our viewers, is for a wonderful and powerful new year. And let's take care of each other.
Amen. Ashe. So I'm looking forward to the wonderful meal that's being prepared today. I'm having duck, along with some yams and some other things. I know that you're having a great dinner as well. And I'm going to be opening a gift that my
Oh,
sister
beautiful.
sent to me. So yeah.
Um, we're doing black eyed peas and greens with turkey, cornbread, and we always get extra greens to put in our billfold so we can have something green to begin the new year.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That is amazing. That is amazing. Well, until next time, I want everyone to be well, to be free, and to prosper this year, 2023.
Absolutely. Okay.